All right, guys, so today we're going to practice some more. We're going to practice some more transferring bacteria of a known sample to a nutrient agar plate. Notice this is the kind I sent home with you. This plate is empty, no nutrient growth medium on it. But these have nutrient agar, which will provide the bacteria with nutrition for growth. So, like I said, I'm working with a known. This is my choice of today is Micrococcus luteus. All right, and as you can see, it is grown on a slant. This is how it came to me. I did not grow this one. Okay, so you can see the growth of bacteria going upward like that. So I think that looks like a good sample. I have cleaned my area. Oops, get that fire hazard out of the way. I have cleaned my area already. I have washed my hands. I am wearing as much PPE, personal protective equipment, as I'm going to choose to wear. I could, wear my safety glasses. Nice. Okay. But I think that I am covered enough for now. Roll my sleeves up, wearing closed-toed shoes. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn on the gas. The gas line in the back is on. Notice that I turn the nozzle so that it is parallel with the tubing. If you listen closely, you can hear a sound. And that sound is natural gas coming from the Bunsen burner. Okay, I got lucky there with a nice inner blue cone. The hottest part of the flame is that inner blue cone. I like it very much. It looks good. All right, so let's see if I can angle this camera perfectly for you. Can it work in front of this sterile environment? Right here? Okay, good, here we go. Now I need to label my plate. And I'm going to label on the bottom of the plate. So the bottom of the plate, not the lid, my initials. Notice I am working along the circumference, okay? Today's date, wow, it's already the 20th of October, and I will abbreviate Micrococcus luteus as M. luteus, okay? Some people like to underline it. Now, I want to do a quadrant, so a 4-quadrant. So I will draw my quadrant lines there for you. As you can see, I think I'm good to go. All right, so first things first, pay attention to the steps, guys. Okay, I will flame my lube. All right, so getting it nice and sterile. Who knows where it was beforehand? Okay, I'm gonna let it cool for how long? You said about 20 seconds. You are correct. Good job. I'm going to turn the camera. Okay. Here we go. Now I'm going to grab my bacteria. And a lot of you on your instructional video forgot to flame your tube. So notice how I'm holding this with my pinky. My right hand is dominant, so I'm going to hold my lube in my right hand. I'm going to use my right pinky. I'm going to twist with my left and flame the tube. And the purpose of this is to create a convection current to prevent dust, debris, pathogens, anything that's in the air coming from my body or my area from going into my pure sample, right? So after that, I am going to, so you guys can see, I'm going to angle my tube, and without touching the edges of the test tube, I'm going to go kind of close to the bottom and take a good sample of that bacteria. You can even see, wow, I've got a lot on there, right? So then I will flame the tube once again. So don't forget to do that. I'm going to replace my bacteria back into my test tube rack. And I am ready to start with my first quadrant. So my students in class last week numbered their quadrants 1, 2, 3, 4, which they found was very helpful. I'm just going to eyeball it and start with where it says in Luteus right there. That will be my quadrant number 1. And this is actually very important that I do this. Making nice, even strokes of bacteria through that quadrant. Notice the auger is quite smooth. Put it right back down. Do not leave it open for any length of time. Then get rid of all that bacteria on my loop. Okay, and you guys saw that I visibly had bacteria. I had tens of thousands of, hundreds of thousands possibly of cells on my loop. So I might, let it cool because I flamed it nicely right there. So we're going to let it cool for a good 20 seconds because when I put this hot loop down to my first quadrant to pull into my second quadrant, I don't want to just kill everything from the heat, right? So I'm going to just kind of make sure it's cool. And the way I can do that to test if it's cool enough, because we don't want to kill the bacteria, is setting my loop down somewhere. See if I have a sizzle. And I did not have a sizzle. So I am ready to transfer from my first quadrant into my second. So I will turn my plate 90 degrees. Yes, and I will pull. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Pull right into that second quadrant. And streak that second quadrant quite nicely. Okay, let it down. I do not want to leave it open for any length of time. Notice that I am flaming my loop again. So each time I go into the next quadrant, pulling bacteria from the previous one, I am diluting the bacteria. So hopefully by the time I get to that last quadrant, the fourth quadrant, I will have individual cells that will grow and form colonies. Okay? So I can see, I'm just kind of looking at what I've done. I don't know if y'all can see this, but I can see where my streaks are. Think about where I'm going to go from quadrant number 2 to quadrant number 3. I think I'm pretty cool enough. Here we go. So I'm going to pull from quadrant number 2 and bring it into quadrant number 3. Okay, immediately cover it again and flame my loop. Remove all of that bacteria off of my loop. Okay, nice red hot. Flaming it through the inner blue cone, the hottest part of the flame. And remember, I'm holding my loop kind of down at a 45-degree angle there. Thinking in my head about which quadrant I want to go into, so I'm going to move my bacteria from my third quadrant now into my fourth. Think I'm cool enough. I'm going to pull my bacteria from quadrant number 3 into quadrant number 4. And hopefully I'll get individual cells growing there. Flame my loop. Removing all bacteria. The last time I'm flaming the loop because guess what? I am done. To incubate, I need to go ahead and tape the edges. So hopefully you guys have some tape at home. And you guys get to do this. Maybe I can send you some. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so my edges are taped. I'm going to store this upside down as such, so condensation doesn't drip from the lid onto my culture here. I'm going to incubate it in, turn off my flame. Okay, I'm going to incubate him over there in my incubator. I don't know if y'all can see. Over there by the refrigerator, by the Snow and eye chart. Okay, I'll just walk over there for you guys. Okay, so holding it properly like this. I will incubate him. Okay, here we go. And now it's time to wash my hands, clean up, and sterilize my area, put away my bacteria. And thank you guys. I hope that helps.